In 1509, after ruling for 26 years, Rana Raimal died, leaving his throne for the only capable son, Sangram, who became Maharana Sangram Singh or Rana Sanga. After a 19-year reign, the Rana would be known for his military campaigns and the ruler who ruled Mewar at its peak. Around this time, Mewar was a little lucky. See, the sultans of Malwa and Gujarat, the two largest dangers to the kingdom, were exhausted and were not interested in conquest. On the other side, the big bull, the Sultan of Delhi himself, was dealing with internal instability. Hence, Mewar had a chance to revive itself after Raimal's reign. He first captured Ajmer and also engaged in minor aggressions with the Sultan of Delhi. Rana Sanga also heavily engaged in the affairs of the state of Idar, south of Mewar. In Idar, there was a dispute to the throne with two claimants, Raimal and Bharmal, who were first cousins. Sanga quickly came to support of Raimal and installed him as the ruler. On the other side, Bharmal gained support of Sultan of Gujarat. At the same time in the east, in the Sultanate of Malwa, the Khiljis were ruling under the Sultan Mahmud Khilji II. Under his rule, too much power landed in the hands of one Medini Rai, which upsetted a lot of Muslim nobles, and eventually Mahmud himself asked for help from the Sultan of Gujarat to get rid of Medini Rai. The war started as the two sultans besieged Mandu, where Medini Rai's son was in charge. Rai asked his son to send a false armistice request to the Sultan, demanding some time for evacuation. Around the same time, Rai requested Sanga to join the war, which he did. Sultan eventually got to know about this deceit and renewed the siege at Mandu, which fell in 1518. Sanga in turn attacked and captured Gagron, where he appointed Medini Rai to govern as a replacement to his prior holdings in Malwa. Just around the end of the war with Malwa, Delhi's Sultan Sikandar Lodhi died, and his son Ibrahim Lodhi descended to the throne. Within 1 year of his accession, he engaged with Sanga in two major battles when he realized Sanga had been encroaching land in the Sultanate. But the Sultan was defeated at Khatoli and Dholpur, because of which Sanga was able to capture the entirety of northeastern Rajputana and eastern Rajputana up to Chanderi. This defeat was a humiliating setback for the new Sultan as he lost a lot of territory amongst internal conflicts in the empire. It was the Battle of Khatoli where Sanga lost his arm to a sword and became lame because of an arrow, making him Sanga the Lame. In 1518, Mahmud Khilji II collected a massive army and invaded Mewar through Kagron. In the massive ensuing battle, Maharana won decisively and was also able to take Khilji captive and attained the crown of the Sultan as well. Here, we can see the great Rajput spirit of magnanimity and generosity. Sanga not only dressed Sultan's wounds on the battleground after the battle, but also appointed a physician to specifically take care of Khilji instead of just killing him on the battleground, and later escorted him back to Mandu, back to his kingdom. In 1520, Sangram decided to attack Idar in the Sultanate of Gujarat. After a furious exchange between the Sultan and Rana, with the Sultan calling the Rana a dog. In the ensuing campaign, the Rana not only completely captured Idar but also raided Ahmednagar and returned with a massive wealth looted. After the looting of Ahmednagar, the Gujarat Sultan mobilized heavily in 1521 and was also joined by Khilji against Rana, who was joined by the forces of entire Rajputana. At the end, the heavy mobilization was of no use, and Sanga was able to use his brilliant diplomatic skills to scare the Sultan away, and he also convinced Khilji to not attack by releasing his captivated son for exchange. It is around this time that Sanga's power is at zenith. He had thoroughly defeated Gujarat and Delhi and largely captured Malwa and allied with remaining parts of Rajputana. In 1526, Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur invaded the Lodhis of Delhi and defeated them in Panipat. Ibrahim Lodhi was a disaster his entire life and died in Panipat. According to Baburnama, the two most powerful rulers of India in the 1520s were Rana Sangaram Singh of Mewar and Krishnadev Rai of Hampi. After Panipat, a lot of Afghan chiefs of Lodhi sought refuge in Mewar under the Rana. During Panipat, Sanga had collaborated with Babur to distract Lodhi in the southern borders of the Sultanate, hence, in a way, he had assisted Babur to invade India. But he never foresaw Babur ruling India because he thought that Babur would plunder and go away. This was a major miscalculation as Babur started ruling on the Sultanate as the Mughal emperor. In 1526, first instances of aggression between Mewar and Delhi surfaced in the form of annexation of Bayana by Sanga, a city in the northeastern Rajputana. The Battle of Bayana is considered the last great triumph by the Rana which he ever got. After Bayana, the conflict continued for a few weeks, after which he captured Gwalior, and a lot of spying was also taking place across the borders of the Mughal Empire and the Kingdom of Mewar. Soon, on 17th March 1527, the fateful Battle of Khanwa began. Throughout the battle, while Sanga commanded a complete superiority of numbers because he had about 200,000 troops, Babur commanded a superiority of technology. He had matchlock guns which were totally unknown to the Rajputs, who were obliterated by its use. While the Rajputs could always bring more and more troops to the battle and keep the pressure on Babur's forces, the matchlock units were crucial to the battle, and soon Sanga was injured and had to be taken away. In combination with betrayal by Silhadi Tomar, these aspects proved fatal as they lost the battle. Babur was able to capture Bayana, Gwalior, Bhusawar, Tijara, and much more. After the battle, Rana Sanga swore to continue to fight against Babur and ordered preparation, which his generals denied and poisoned him to put down his continuous demands. He died in Kalpi in 1528. After his death, his son Ratan Singh was enthroned, after whom the ball went downhill. As Ram Vallabh Somani put it, Sanga was the greatest ruler of his time. He possessed undaunted courage and uncommon power of body. He had successfully measured swords against the sultans of Malwa, Gujarat, and Ibrahim Lodi. The combined forces of Malwa and Gujarat at Mandsaur could not humble his pride. He was lacking an eye, an arm, and had crippled by a broken leg. At the same time, he was having more than 80 honorable scars on his body. Babur trembled and hesitated to fight with him. He was a great diplomat and extended his shelter to the fugitive and dislodged chiefs. In other words, he was the last Hindu independent chief of North India who was possessing extensive boundaries. Thanks for watching.